Alrighty, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We're really excited to share with you the details about one of our upcoming whole school community events, our very first colour run. So before we begin today, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, and acknowledge their continuing connection to land, waters, and community. We pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging. Just a quick run over of our meeting agenda. So today we'll go through the background of our event as well as a key event overview. So we'll go through some of the event details as well as the map of our course, the staff allocation, our sign up process, and then we will also open the floor to you guys at the end for any questions that you guys might have. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Speak and Share, they are a Victorian-based organisation that are committed to breaking the stigma around mental health, especially for our young people. It was founded by three best mates who shared a personal loss during the COVID-19 lockdowns. And through acknowledging the pressures that led their friend to take his own life, these three developed a shared passion to support others through life's toughest moments. Now, their mission is to create safe, open communities where individuals feel supported to speak honestly about how they're feeling. So to do this, they'll use real stories, lived experiences, and some interactive school-based programs. And in doing so, they want to spark some meaningful conversations and build some resilience in the students that they work with. Now, our Colour Run is obviously not just a fun school event. It's a means for us to raise money for a really great cause and to break the stigma around mental health in our own school community. We really want this event to be fun, inclusive, and meaningful, but also something that both our students and our teachers can get behind. I'm now going to hand it over to Kayla, who is going to run us through some of the key event details.
Thanks, Bree. So our event will be held on Thursday, the 14th of August. All students are encouraged to wear a white plain t-shirt to school for the event. So periods 1 and 2 on the day will be allocated to setting up for the event, and the year groups will run in waves across periods 3, 4, and 5. As you can see, break times will remain the same throughout the day. A detailed version of this schedule will be made available for you on Compass and in your pigeonholes by the end of the week. At the beginning of each allocated period, students will make their way to the basketball courts, which will serve as our central meeting point. They will be given a quick safety briefing and then be directed to the course from there. So on the screen, as you can see, is our course map for the Colour Run. The event will begin in the staff car park and follow a route around the perimeter of the school before veering inward towards the main oval where students will cross the finish line. As mentioned previously, if you are timetabled to teach one of the participating year levels during their runtime, you alongside our senior sport and recreational students will be positioned at key checkpoints along the course. Together, you will supervise and offer encouragement. So as a floater, your role is flexible, so just be ready to go wherever you need to be and keep an eye out for anything that needs any attention. Other roles throughout the day will include our MC, Miss Fitzpatrick, and our first aid, which is Miss Canning. So a copy of this map will be made available alongside you, as mentioned before, by the end of the week. So our sign-up process, students and staff can sign up for the Colour Run using our Google form accessible via the QR codes on our posters or by using the direct URL. Our event poster will be displayed around the school, featuring not only the sign-up link, but also donation links and links to Speak and Share's social media pages. Now, if you have any questions or issues around this process, please feel free to come and see me directly, and I'm more than happy to give you some help.
Unreal. Thank you so much, Kayla. So just before we finish up, guys, we wanted to extend ourselves to answer any questions that you guys might have. Yeah, any questions?
Yeah, I was just wondering, will the staff at each supervision point have any specific resources besides first aid, such as a duty checklist, an urgent contact number, or even just some water for the kids?
Yeah, 100%. Good question, Josh. So when you sign in that morning in the front office, each supervisor at each of our stations will get like a little pack. That'll include a laminated checklist for your station, as well as a course map and any essential contact numbers for our event team should anything kind of pop up. We will also have a stash of bottled water at each checkpoint for our students as well, but we will also remind them to bring their own water bottles.
Perfect, thank you.
I've got a quick couple. On the day if the weather does decide to rain and turn bad, what is the plan there? And also if there's students that have opted out of the run or just don't want to participate, where will they go during their allocated time?
Not a problem. Thanks, Al. It's a really good one. For wet weather, we've got a clear backup. We'll shift the event indoors to the gym and our undercover areas. We'll make that call by around 7 a.m. on the day and just let everyone know via email and via Compass. Now, for any other issues, all staff will have their walkie-talkies for direct communication with the leadership team. And for our non-participating students, they'll just be supervised in the library during their year level runtime where they'll just engage in some quiet activities.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. I'll have a couple. With the color powders, are there any specific allergens that we need to be aware of or hygiene concerns? And what's the process for the cleanup?
Yeah, absolutely. That was a really big consideration for us. So I'm really glad you brought that up, Phoebe. The color powder that we're using is actually non-toxic and biodegradable, but we'll certainly have some spare masks available at the first aid tent for any students that have got respiratory sensitivities. Please also remind your students to bring a towel and a change of clothes if you'd like, because we will have a wash down station right next to the finish line on the oval. So our teacher will be doing teachers, will be doing a pretty thorough hose down of the course as well as the finish line and our students after each wave goes through. Did anybody have any other questions or anything they're not too sure about?
No, all good from me.
Unreal. Well, thank you guys so much again for your time this afternoon. We're really looking forward to this event and have no doubt it's going to be such a great day. So have a great afternoon, everybody, and I will see you all next week.